was 6 years old.
The Council and the Marches of Wales was first established in 1472 by Edward IV of England as a body to counsel and act on behalf of his son, the infant Edward, Prince of Wales. This period saw the council move from the wealthy show castle of the provinces to a place where royals came to stay and real political decisions were debated, discussed and implemented. In 1473, the future Edward V and his brother, Prince Richard, both of whom would later gain infamy as the Princes in the Tower, lived at Ludlow Castle. On the 14th of April 1483, they left Ludlow bound for London and an expected coronation of Edward as Edward V. Expecting protection from their uncle, the soon-to-be Richard III of legend, they disappeared from public view and were not seen after the summer of 1483. In 1485, Henry VII granted Ludlow Castle to Prince Arthur, and then in 1493 re-established the dormant Council in the Marches at the property. This Council of the Marches of Wales and the Marches was an important regional administrative body that covered modern Wales and the English counties of Shropshire, Herefordshire, Worcestershire and Gloucestershire. In 1501, Prince Arthur arrived in Ludlow for his honeymoon with his bride Catherine of Aragon, the future wife of Henry VIII, before dying the following year. His heart is said to be buried in St. Lawrence's Church. Research suggests their ill-fated visit saw them hosted in a room at the top of the Solar Tower. Mary Tudor, daughter of Catherine of Aragon and Henry VIII, spent 19 months at Ludlow, overseeing the Council of the Marches between 1525 and 1528, along with an entourage of servants, advisors and guardians. The area at the top of the slope is known as Lady Mary Walk, named after a penchant for walks around the castle from the gate in the postern tower. In 1534, Roland Lee's energetic leadership of the council would see the body given a reputation that saw all thieves in Wales quake with fear. A public hanging on market day, following a humiliating journey to the scaffold trussed in a sack, was Lee's preferred remedy for a thief. Henry VIII's Act of Union in 1536 led to an improved system, using justices of the peace, and greatly increased the powers of the council in the Marches.
In 1560, Elizabeth I appointed Sir Henry Sidney as President of the Council of the Marches. Sir Henry extended the castle by building family apartments between the Great Hall and Mortimer's Tower. The larger windows in the castle were glazed, a clock installed, and water piped into the castle. The judicial facilities were improved with the new courthouse converted out of the 14th century St. Peter's Chapel. There were also changes to accommodate prisoners and storage facilities for the court records. Mortimer's Tower in the Outer Bailey was turned into a record depository. The restoration included a fountain, a real tennis court, walks and a viewing platform. In 1615, 13 shillings and 4pence was spent on musicians and 40 shillings on a company called the Queen's Players. In 1634, at considerable expense, the castle saw the first performance of Milton's Comus. During the English Civil Wars, Ludlow and the surrounding region supported the Royalists. A Royalist garrison was put in place in the town and the defences were strengthened. In April 1646, a parliamentary army from Hereford attempted to take Ludlow. After a short siege, the castle and town surrendered on good terms on the 26th of May. The Council of the Marches failed to re-establish itself after the English Civil Wars and was finally disbanded in 1689, bringing an end to Ludlow Castle's role in government. Developments in this period have presented problems for historians. During the Elizabethan period, several windows were enlarged. Additionally, new administrative buildings, such as the Tudor lodgings and judges' lodgings, interfere with the historian's view of the original defensive castle. On the outside of the gatehouse, there may have been originally some form of barbican, but all traces of this were either demolished or buried when Sir Henry Sidney built a large arched stone bridge and infilled the ditch. The remodelling of the chapel of St Mary Magdalene under Sir Henry Sidney is disputed. Archaeology suggests a new doorway and a new floor from the north window to the Great Chamber block. However, some historians suggest these changes occurred during the time of Prince Arthur's and Catherine of Aragon's stay. Originally thought to just be stables, the buildings of 1552 included the Porter's Lodge and the prison. We have evidence for the prison found in the Porter's Lodge concerning how prisoners should be treated.